Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video, we're going to show you how to change out the GE Refrigerator Dispenser Control Board. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new dispenser control board. The dispenser control board is located in the dispenser in the freezer door, and it's where you select ice and water or turn the light on and off. The main reason to be changing it out is if the board has gone bad and it's not selecting. To get to the part, we have to remove this front cover. It's just a little trim. There's a little tab on each end where you can stick a putty knife up inside of there. Once you have it behind the trim, you can just twist the putty knife and pop it off. Once you have it off, you can set it aside. Now that we have the trim out of the way, we're going to take these knobs off. We're going to take a small flathead screwdriver and get behind it and just very carefully pry them down. Once you have them both off, you can set them aside. Then we can take out the 4 screws with the Phillips screwdriver. Next, we're going to remove the actuator pad assembly. It's mounted on a little square frame that has 4 pegs that hold it into the dispenser. So we're going to carefully lift up a corner and pull it out. And you want to make sure that the 4 legs come out. Now that we have the actuator pad out, we can pull the assembly out. You want to make sure that the water line comes out from the yoke underneath, and then we can pull it out so we can disconnect this wiring harness. They don't give you much slack, so we're going to have to get behind it with a small flathead screwdriver and pop it off. Get underneath the little connector block and kind of get in there and break it free. Once you have it loose, you can reach in and kind of grab the wires carefully with your hand and just pull it off. Once you have the wire harness disconnected, you can pull the top half of the dispenser out. Now that we have the dispenser taken out of the refrigerator, we have to take it apart so we can get the board out. We're going to remove the other wiring harness that's attached to the control board. Same way as we took the other one off, we're going to get underneath it and get it loose, and then carefully pull it off the board. And then we're going to take a Phillips screwdriver and remove the 2 screws that hold the board in with the black bracket. Once you have both screws out, you can lift the black bracket out and set it aside. Now we can pull the control board out. We're going to turn it over a little bit and use the switches to press it out. Once you have it started, we'll go back and lift it out. Here's the old dispenser control board next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. To put the new dispenser control board in, we're going to line it up with the slot on each side. It goes right down there like that. And we're going to make sure that the green side is towards the opening so that when we push it down, the little knob stems come out the holes correctly. Once you have it pushed all the way down, we can flip it back over. We can put the bracket back on that holds it in place. All you have to do is set it down and line up the screws with the holes. And we're going to use our Phillips screwdriver to tighten them down. Now that we have the board connected, we can reconnect the wiring harness. All you have to do is rotate it back over and very carefully line up the square pins with the holes in the plug. Once you have it started, you can take a small flathead screwdriver and push it all the way down. Now that we have the assembly put back together, we can put it back in the fridge. As you're sliding the assembly in, you want to make sure that the water hose comes out of the middle of this yoke and that each corner right here is up on its little shelf. Now that we have the assembly up into the door, we have to let it out a little bit and reach in and grab the wiring harness so we can connect it to the dispenser control board. It's a little tight in there, so you got to kind of fish it around and line it up so it goes onto the pins down there. Sometimes you just have to play around with it. You can use a small pliers if you have it, but the wire harness is so short, you just gotta wait till you get it lined up and then push it down. So you have to grab it with the pliers and very carefully get it lined up with the pins. And once you have it started, you can grab a flathead screwdriver and push it down all the way. Once you have the wire harness connected, you can push this back in the rest of the way so we can put the screws in. Now that we have the assembly put back into the dispenser, we can clip the front trim on and replace the knobs. All you have to do is line it up and push it into those 6 holes. Once you have it snapped in place, we can put the selector knobs back on. All you have to do is push the knobs up onto the shafts so they snap into place. And then we have to put the actuator pad back in. All you have to do is slide it up into place and line the pins up with the pinholes and push it back into place. Now that you have the new part installed, you can plug the refrigerator back in and make sure it starts to cool. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.